You hear it all the time, right? Agricultural tokenization is the future of investing. But that's great and all. It brings up a pretty important question for anyone who's actually looking to get involved.
Yeah, exactly. How do you go from hearing about this fascinating concept to actually participating? I mean, where do you even find these assets? And do you need $1 million just to get started? Well, this explainer is going to answer all of that.
In this explainer, I'm giving you the complete step-by-step guide. We're going to go from setting up your wallet all the way to buying your first digital hectare, or maybe your first ton of grain. We are covering everything you need to know to get started safely and with real confidence.
All right, first things first. Before you can step into this digital marketplace, you absolutely need the right investor toolkit. So let's get you set up with the essentials.
The very first thing you're going to need is a decentralized wallet. Think of it like your own personal digital vault. It's where you'll store your tokens. And here's the important part. You and only you control the keys. It is the cornerstone of how you'll interact with this whole new digital economy.
So, which one should you actually get? Well, most agro projects right now are running on networks like Polygon or Solana, mainly because their fees are low and they're super fast. For that reason, I'd recommend using MetaMask if you're interacting with Polygon or Ethereum, or grabbing Phantom if you're on Solana. They're both industry standards and honestly, pretty easy to set up.
Okay, now because we're dealing with real-world assets, we're talking things that have legal ownership in the real world, most reputable platforms are going to require you to complete a KYC or Know Your Customer verification.
And don't be alarmed by this. Think of this step as a feature, not a hurdle. The KYC process is the legal bridge that connects your digital token to the physical asset. It's what officially protects your ownership rights. And it's what makes this a secure investment instead of just some digital collectible.
Okay, with our toolkit ready to go, the next big question is, where do we actually go shopping for these agro tokens? Let's explore the marketplaces.
You generally have three main paths. You can go directly to the source and buy from a project's own platform. You can trade them on decentralized exchanges, which are known as DEXs, just like other cryptocurrencies. Or you can browse on specialized marketplaces that kind of bundle various real-world assets together.
So which path is best for you? Well, if you're a beginner, going direct to a platform like Agri-Token is often the simplest way. If you're a more experienced trader, DEXs like Uniswap offer much greater liquidity. And those specialized marketplaces, they're fantastic for discovering new opportunities, all in one place.
But look, regardless of which path you choose, the crucial point is this. Always, always check the liquidity. It is the single most important factor. You have to ask yourself, if I need to sell this token tomorrow, how easily and quickly can I convert it back to cash? Trust me, low liquidity can turn a great investment into a trapped one.
This brings us to the most critical part of our guide. We know what we need and where to go, but now we need to learn how to do it safely and avoid some costly mistakes. This is your pre-flight checklist.
In a new and exciting field like this, there will always be fantastic projects right alongside some questionable ones. So how do you tell the difference? How do you separate a genuine opportunity from all the hype?
Well, it comes down to these 4 critical checks. First, who is the issuer? Look for a real company with a physical office and the proper licenses. Second, where is the physical asset? If it's a ton of grain, which elevator is it in? Demand to see an independent audit report. Third, is the project on a secure, reputable blockchain? And finally, the most important question, what is the legal document that connects your token to the asset? This is absolutely non-negotiable.
So we've found a project, we've verified it's safe and legitimate, and we've made our purchase. Excellent. Now, how do we actually make money?
There are really 2 primary strategies here. The first is active trading. For example, you could buy commodity-backed tokens for grain during the harvest when prices are low, and then sell them in the winter when demand is higher. The second is about playing the long game, buying a token that represents farmland and earning passive income from farmer lease payments.
There's also a third really powerful strategy, diversification. Because these tokens are tied to real-world assets like land and crops, their value is often totally disconnected from the volatility of mainstream crypto, like Bitcoin or Ethereum. This can make them an excellent safe haven to stabilize your portfolio during those turbulent market times.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the basic tools all the way to advanced strategies. Now, let's bring it all together and figure out the single most important action you can take after this. The key takeaway here is that you are no longer just an observer. You now have the fundamental knowledge, you have the roadmap to confidently start exploring and building your own digital agriculture portfolio. You know what to look for, and you know what to avoid.
So here's your homework. Don't buy anything just yet. Simply explore. Go to some of the sites we mentioned, like Agri-Token or Land Token. Look around. See what's actually for sale right now. Whether it's soybeans from Argentina or farmland in the United States, just get a feel for the market.
And that brings us to our final thought. Today we focused on agriculture, but this technology is expanding to real estate, art, and way beyond. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Looking ahead, what will be the next real-world asset that you hold in your digital wallet?